I Know What You Did Last Summer is a 2025 requel that is a remake and a sequel combined. Now, what do you mean? Well, basically, it's a remake. But they said, you know what? We want to pay homage to the original cast members, and we want to tell this story, but just update it. So, like, basically what Scream did, Scream, what was it, 5? Like that. That's what they're trying to do. But it fails in every aspect. I'm sorry. This movie is not good at all. I think this is probably one of the worst requels ever. And because it doesn't work like Scream does, because Scream does the meta thing where you have a killer that's out there trying to kill people as part of movies, and they make references to other films and things like that, and then the kids know that this killer's doing that to imitate film or try to get Sydney back and re-imitate the murders from the last time, or whatever the case may be. They are aware of what's going on. Now this film, we have a couple of actors that I've never heard about before. That's just because I'm old, I'm probably for sure. And it's telling the same story, except they do a little bit differently. So you got these 5 friends. You got Ava, Danica, Milo, Teddy, and then there's a girl named Stevie. And she was kind of friends with one of these other girls, but not really. But she ends up, basically they're having like, okay, Ava goes and flies home because her best friend is getting married to her high school sweetheart, which is Teddy. His name's Teddy. And they're gonna get married, and they're well-to-do. And his father redid Southport or wherever the hell that they lived in because of everything that happened in the past. He's a real estate investor, and he wants to spruce it up. So they erase the past of everything that happened, and they're trying to make this like the Hamptons of North Carolina. Okay, so that's the basic story about that. Then they're going to celebrating at their engagement party. So they go, and then this girl Stevie that they used to know is there, and they ask her to come with her. I don't know, I forget, maybe she has weed or something, I don't remember, but she ends up going with them. So there's 5 of them, they're hanging out, and then all of a sudden they start driving, and Teddy says stop the car, and he gets outside and he's like, come on, hit me to oncoming traffic. And then the boy Milo comes in and pulls him out right before the car hits him, because the other car was going to hit him no matter what. And then he's like, oh, you're stupid, blah, blah, blah. They're talking, they're joking. All of a sudden this other car comes and doesn't hit them, crashes, and almost is falling over. They try to save the guy, but he falls over the cliff and he dies. They go, we can't call the cops. They don't call the cops to help this guy. It's so preposterous and ridiculous. And they end up they say, yeah, we're going to call the cops, and they leave and they don't call the cops. I mean, I don't understand. They could have just called the cops and said that they pulled over or something happened with the car, popped the tire. That's like, hey, genius, take a knife, pop the tire, and say, we hit something, we had a flat, we got outside, and the guy almost hit us. We were on the street trying to tell him to stop. He was kind of speeding and he went over. Can you help him? He's down there. I mean, this is just ridiculous. Whoever, the people that wrote this, they weren't really thinking when they wrote this, to be honest. So time goes by. By the way, Milo and Ava were dating at the time, or going to date or something. I don't know. It's just so stupid. It's just a retelling, but different and dumber. It's dumber than the original. That's why it doesn't work. And also, the original works because you cared about the characters or the actors playing these characters because they were famous already on television, except for Ryan Phillippe and Freddie Prinze Jr. Not really. It was his first movie. But Ryan Phillippe was in movies. He was already known. Sarah Michelle Gellar was on Buffy. Jennifer Love Hewitt, she was on Party of Five. She was known. They were known. And then they were coming off of the Kevin Williamson thing that he wrote Scream, and Scream was a huge hit. And then they were like, oh, let me go see this. The Fisherman or the Slickerman, whatever his name is, the Hookman. He is not Ghostface. He is not an iconic character like that. That movie worked because of Kevin Williamson and the Scream connection. Even though that was the first script he wrote and it's based on a book, it works. It doesn't work because it doesn't work here. They try to redo it. It probably could have, but they wanted to bring Freddie Prinze Jr. and Jennifer Love Hewitt and Sarah Michelle Gellar back because that's the only way they could connect it. Because after the first 2, I Know What You Did Last Summer, and I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, the rest of those, there's a bunch of them, and nobody cared because they didn't have these 2, the mainstays of the franchise. They shouldn't even have been a franchise. So, I Still Know What You Did Last Summer was kind of dumb. It was okay. It works, but, there's nothing spectacular. It works better than the rest of them. Anyway, so this movie's just garbage. That's all I'm going to say. This is like, the acting is subpar. I don't care about any of these characters. Ava, after a year after she hooked up, her and Milo aren't talking now after this happened, and now she's kind of like bisexual because it shows her like 1 year later, and she's like at a club or the airport. She's at the airport and she's getting eaten out by another girl, and they claim this girl's hot. She's so hot. I'm sorry, I'm nothing to look at, but neither is this girl. I'm sorry, this girl's gross. Anyway, so they get the note, I know what you did last summer or whatever, and then now the killer's coming back, and then they discovered about the things that happened in the past that was erased by Teddy's dad because he's the real estate developer, and he had the history of these people that have, in the past, of Ray and what was it, Julie James. He had all that history erased. This one does have better kills, more kills, but the twist is ridiculous because the whole movie you'd seen the fisherman guy and he's doing crazy kills or whatever. Then at the end, when it's revealed who the killer is, you go, you don't even look like you did when you were, this is not you. And then they go, oh, we got another one for you. That makes no sense. It makes no sense to take the person that they took and do what they did with that person. Now, I'm trying not to spoil it in case you do go see it, although I should spoil it because this is a piece of film. This really is a piece of film. That should let you know exactly how I feel about this film, because that's what it is. It is a piece of garbage. I'm not gonna say who is revealed to be the killer. It's just terrible. I probably should. I want to so badly to reveal. Actually, no, I won't. No, I have to reveal who's the killer. So one of the friends is the killer, obviously, right? And then there's another killer. I won't reveal that one. So ends up finding out that the religious freak one that you didn't know was a religious freak. It was like hidden. She ends up becoming friends with, like, she wasn't really their friend, and then she was involved in this accident, and then for the whole year, she's like really good friends with this girl Danica, who's like the pretty one who's gonna get married, and then a year later she's marrying somebody else who's rich. And there's some cool kills, like I said. Anyway, this girl's pretty. She's the prettiest one in this movie. If they do a sequel, it should be with her only. But I don't know, because they both, this is Chase or Ava and Stevie. They both sound like, when they're talking, like the dude from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and the Black Donnellys.
You're a crazy psycho bitch! You left that night too, Stevie. Remember?
It was because Teddy said we were going to the police station!
So what's your plan?
Yeah, on the list of bad ideas, I want to go way up there. Are you kidding me? Oh, police officers, please, as you inspect the crime scene, which is now our van, please ignore the colorful pinata.
He's got like a weird voice and they sound just like him. Honestly, I thought they might have been related. Anyway, Sarah Michelle Gellar makes a cameo because she's a ghost. And they do a pretty good job with the CG to make her look younger, I thought. My friend told me, no, they don't. They say Brandy is in this. I did not see her anywhere. I did not see even a photo of her. But then again, I did not care. I hated this film. I absolutely hated this movie. Watching it, it was so boring. It was terrible. The acting's not bad, honestly, from the guys. The guy who plays Teddy, his name's Tariq Withers. He's not bad. He's ridiculous because he's over the top and he's just imitating Ryan Phillippe's character. That's the thing. At the same time, he wants to be a new thing. It's a remake, and they're doing he is Ryan Phillippe's character. He says the same things he doesn't like. It's just so stupid. It's so stupid. And Jennifer Love Hewitt shows up, and people are calling her fat because she's old and she had 4 kids. I mean, she looks pretty good for a woman her age to have 4 kids or 3 kids. God bless her. And Freddie Prinze Jr. is there. He was never a good actor ever in anything he's ever done. I think this is probably I think actually this might be the best performance Freddie Prinze Jr. has ever given, because I genuinely think, personally, he is an asshole. I think he's a real asshole in real life. People can say he's nice or whatever. I don't think he's nice. I think deep down he's just ugh. Anyway, Sarah Michelle Gellar was fine in this. She's fine in everything she does. So Freddie Prinze, like I said, he was good in this, surprisingly. He was good. I'm not gonna say whatever. Yeah, the acting wasn't really that big of a deal. It was just really so stupid. It's just so ridiculous. And no, it was Stevie who kills all these people, because most of them But because like oh, forget it. It just looks ridiculous as she walks in at the end. the slicker jacket is so big and she's so tiny. Yeah, we saw it never looked like that throughout the whole film. Anyway, whatever. This movie's trash. If I was gonna rate this, I'd rate it 0 out of 5. 0. This is the worst movie of 2025. And I've seen some garbage. I saw Strange Harvest. I thought was bad. This is bad. This is really bad because it's a big studio spent money on this, and it's just terrible. It was written. It was directed by Jennifer Caitlin Robinson, and written by her too. And some guy who has no. He's like a producer. The story was just a carbon copy story of the first one, updated, more kills. But it doesn't work. It just, you're copying, but you don't want to but it's like it doesn't know what the film wants to do. So I don't know. I don't know if originally it was supposed to be a remake, and then they're like, no, we could get the actors, we could pay the money and bring them back. Okay. All right, let's change the fifth draft. They started changing things and making it like it's a sequel, and then they just have this convoluted mess, and they're like, okay, it's good, it's ready to go. We got to start filming by this date. I don't know. And it says she wrote the story, so she had the outline, which is just Kevin Williamson's script. Here you go. That's the story. What the fuck? Anyway, yeah, like I said, 0 out of 5 stars. That's harsh. That's not harsh. This movie's garbage. Anyway, let me know in the comment section down below what you thought about I Know What You Did Last Summer 2025 if you saw it. Remember to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new here, and I will talk to you guys next time. Peace. And I don't really want to be a hater, but you know, what do you want me to say? This was terrible. This was awful.